Hi YouTube. Today I feel like I just want to say how I feel. Really, I mean it's not like it's illegal to do it yet until David Cameron probably will privatize it. So how I feel today it's not too bad really. You got everyone has things on their mind and it's nothing bad or serious. It's just people think what you're gonna do later on, or I'll get to talk to my girlfriend later hopefully when she gets back from her placement. Anyway, there is something that does concern me though. Is when you obviously have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and their friends try and push you to do things which you don't really want to do, or force them into a friendship. It's horrible because you're being forced into something you don't want to do, and that's peer pressure. It's like, say for instance, if you had a boyfriend, and his mate said that he has to be friends with him, otherwise he'll never speak to him again, and he has to, and also his girlfriend gets fed up with it. You know, you can't force somebody into being in a friendship with somebody. You have to have a mutual friendship. You can't just say, oh well, you are going to be my friend, you are going to do this, you are going to do that, and that'll be the end of it. I'm sorry, but it's just not right. You know, people all around the world are being pressured into something they don't want to do, and it's horrible. Peer pressure happens in schools, work, college, outside on the street. You see a homeless person, trying to press you and you're giving him money. Although I found out maybe over 2 months ago that the homeless people will get £25 a day off the government to just get some food and stuff. It's peer pressure or pressure or pressurization. It happens anywhere. You could have it happen in the most ironic places, aka school or college or work. But it can happen in the home. Your dad tells you have to do something, otherwise you don't get nothing. You know, well, that sort of thing is more bribery. Oh, if you don't do this, this won't happen, so and so. And then blackmailing is even worse. So, you know, I I'm not falsely accusing anybody of being that. I'm just saying, it's not nice for people to blackmail people because it's just horrible. People have got to realise nowadays that life isn't just not a big bundle of laugh. It's not a big bundle of laugh. You have to go through so many things. You have to go through life. Life is one long. It's like one long dream, really, if you sort of have it like that. You know, the one long dream that you can't wake up from, and then when you die, you finally wake up. Because when you travel through life, you have so many new experiences. When you're born, you experience food, and you experience drinking, and you experience milk, and you experience getting up and starting to walk. And also then you get potty trained, and you know how to use a toilet, and then when you first start school, that's all new experience. You start to visualize what your life's gonna be about. And obviously then when you move on from school, you go from like maybe year one to year four, and then you jump, and then you go to year five, and then you go to year five. There's a brand new school, brand new surroundings, and then your mind will you just go, well, we need to adapt to these new surroundings, and then you start to grow up. You start to read, you start to write, you start to make friends. You start to just starting to have a life. And then obviously then if you meet a girl of your dreams very young, and something happens, they break up, and then you meet another one. And then after you've finished year 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm doing it in my education style, which is, right, lower, middle, upper. Then you go from middle school up to upper school, which means where the big kids are, and they threaten you. You have to stand up for yourself. You start to learn more, and you learn more surroundings and more new people, and start to meet new girls and boys, and new friends and new teachers, and you get to used to where you are. And then finally, after you've left school, you can go to college or you go to uni. Or go to sixth form, or you can stay on at school. And then after you've done that, after you've gone for the educational side, you go to get a job. You can't always expect life to be handed to you on a plate. You have to work for things nowadays. And working for things doesn't help, people don't want to do anything anymore. We've got all these, like, foreign people coming in, right? I'm not saying they take our jobs, because they don't, right? They take the jobs that we don't want to do. And the English people are so bloody lazy, they just don't want to do them. They're like, if I had a job handed to them on a plate, they'll all say, no, I'd rather sit on benefits, actually. You've got to realise that you have to push yourself through life. And through my stepdad even says to me on the register, you have to push yourself. And my mum and my dad and my step, every part of your family, they tell you to push yourself as much as you can. And really try and get out there and try and get a job and get some money and get your own independence and get your life. You could be in the same job for 20, 30 years. Okay, if you're in the police force, you work for 25 years and you get the best pension in the world. And okay, I'm a bit of a hypocrite really. I haven't got a job, right? But I've got proof and evidence that I'm looking for one, and hopefully soon I can try and get a flat and move in with my girlfriend, and then we can be happy. I'm not, she wants me to move, and I want some new surroundings. So that's what I want to do. I'm doing it for the new surroundings and to be with her and to be, well, just happy, and I could be seeing her every day instead of every weekend. What I don't get is, when people say, oh, life's a bitch and then you die. Yeah, it most probably is life's a bitch and then you die. The thing is, make the most of it while you're alive. Because when you're dead, you're dead. You can't relive what you've done. You go through life and you've made the mistakes that you have, and you try and learn from the mistakes. I've made plenty of mistakes. I could name 400,000 mistakes I've made. But I don't want to bore everyone with them. But you learn from them mistakes and you move on. But people don't realise that when you make a mistake, people are like, well, you're more or less gonna do it again. You learn from your mistakes, and then you adapt to that mistake, and you change it, and you flip it around, so you don't make it a mistake. You make it, like you actually want to do something. You're not gonna make that mistake again. All right, we'll do an example. All right, you're at work, and we're gonna base it on a garage, and you're working in a garage, and you snap a bolt. It's one of the crucial bolts on a brake pad, on the actual brake caliper itself. You snap that off. You have to run to your supervisor and say, look, I've snapped this bolt. I'm really sorry, and they can't get a replacement bolt for another 3 or 4 days. And if you needed that, and people are so scared now to ask for help. I was like that when I was a kid. I could never ask for help. Never. When I was at school, I never asked for help. It was only until I was in year 9 that I realised that, you can't always do it by yourself. You have to use the help. And that's what I've been doing. If I ever needed help, I asked my family or my friends or, girlfriend, whatever. I just can't stand people, always badgering people, other religions or races, for saying that apparently that they're wrong, or they're taking our jobs, they're taking our houses, they're taking our women. Well, they're not, really. If you think about it, they're not taking anything. All they're doing is they want to have. I mean, okay, fair enough. If they've had a shit life back in their own country and they have to refugee here, fine, as long as they start working and paying for their own way, that's fine. It's the other people I can't stand, is the people that come here, that do all those things, and then, they expect a cushy life. I mean, I could speak with a foreign accent and say that I have 8 kids and a nice wife, and I can get a free house. That's how our government is so let down with today's values of life. You think that, back in the 30s, the men worked and women stayed at home, because that was the order they do it. And in Italy today, they still say that women have to stay at home, because the men always go out. But that's being sexist now, and you can't do that. It's because it's discrimination against the female gender of the world. So you can't say to a woman, no, I'm not hiring because you're a woman, because you'll be done for sexism. They can do what we can do, and we can do what they can do, apart from give birth, because that's just kind of weird. But, you know, we can do basically what they can do, you know, and people today just like I said, they just can't realise and understand that life isn't just a big bundle of love. You have to put on some work, you know. Um, there's nothing wrong with a bit of hard graft, you know. My granddad worked for years. You know, he worked in a smoke-filled paint room. He fixed cars. He got smacked over the head by a Polish person. Um, um, you know, he had his own business. He grew, you know, he was moved away from his hometown in, you know, in Bedfordshire, and then moved down to, sorry, from London to Bedfordshire. You know, he had a bit of a shit life, really. But, you know, that's what he had to do to try and earn a living. You know, he was in the Navy for 5 or 6 years, and then he came out. You know, you just got to realise that life, you know, people will tell you this, older people will tell you that life isn't easy anymore. It's hard. You know, it's hard to get a job, it's hard to get some money in, you know, food prices are going up, and the rent's going up, and water rates, and electricity, and gas, and, you know, you've got all those things worrying about. I mean, when you're a kid, you don't need to worry about it. When you're like 13 or 14, you don't need to worry about it because you're still at school. But when you come to my age and older, you know, you start worrying about what are you going to do for the rest of your life. I mean, okay, I'm 20 years old, right? And the only thing I have to show for it is have a lovely girlfriend. That's it. And maybe a few friends, nearest and dearest friends, and have a family, and I have a home. There are 20-year-olds out there that don't even have a home. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, I've got, compared to them, a very cushy life. And, you know, people treat them like shit, and they don't deserve it. You know, they haven't done nothing wrong. They just feel like they're like the outcasts because we look down on them because they're homeless. No, we shouldn't look down on them. We should make them, you know, just feel like they are actually loved. And, you know, that's what the Salvation Army do. They go around and help people out. See, that's the good nature of people in this life. They'll go out and do that. You know, some people won't even do that. They'll be like, no, I'm not touching them. They might have fleas, you know, or they've got an illness. They haven't, you know, if they've got no money and no house, I mean, they are going to start to smell a little bit, but, you know, you get over that. You're doing it out of the good nature of your heart, not because they smell of shit. They probably don't anyway. You know, there are some churches now that have showers in them so they could go and have a shower. You know, people today have annoyed me because, you know, or people of today have annoyed me because, you know, they just look down on people if they don't have a lot. You know, if you're not with the trendiest clothes, or if you haven't got the latest hairstyle or latest shoes, or if you haven't got the new design of £350,000 pair of jeans that will probably rip in 3 weeks. You know, or the latest coats, or the latest hats, or the latest Xbox, or DVD, or TV, or Freeview player, or, you know, or the latest phone. You don't need to keep up. You know, those people last on fuck all. You know, and, you know, you have one of these things, right? And you think, oh, well, you know, I've got everything. I've got a brand new iPhone 4S, or I've got a new 3D TV, or I've got a brand new Xbox, I've got a PS3, I've got a Wii. Those people would love an Xbox 360. Those people would love a PS3. Those people would love a Wii, a TV, a phone, a house, a bed. You know, but they don't have it because they can't afford it. Anyway, that's my rant over. This has been like a blog type thing, you know, that just things that have annoyed me over when I've been growing up. You know, you look down on people like that. It's just not on. Anyway, if you wanna like or subscribe to my channel, I do quite a lot of vlogs because, you know, it helps me to calm down really. So yeah, if you wanna know anything else about, if you just wanna tell me a subject that I could talk about, and I'll talk about it quite openly. You know, I'm not really too scared about it. Then leave a comment under this video, and then I'll get back to you. All right? So see you, YouTube, and please get commenting because I would like to hear what you think on the matter. Right, bye.